Okay. Hope my screen is visible to you. Yeah, fine. So just a quick recap of whatever we have covered till yesterday's class. So we were learning SQL, that is structured query language on top of relational database management system. So SQL is a language, or we can query in on top of any database, so that we can manipulate the data on top of tables or variety tabular components. I mean database components. Okay. So first of all, whatever we have covered till yesterday session in SQL part, we have learned DDL and DML at the first session of SQL, how to create a table, how to manipulate the data of the table, that has been covered by DDL and DML respectively. And after that, we have started DQL. It's data query language, and just like whatever we are selecting on top of that data, just like select star from data. On top of that, we have learned how to slice the data, I mean table, how to filter on top of that table, I mean just record level filtering. Those things we have learned till yesterday session, as well as we have learned join, how to, I mean, sorry, join will be learning today. So we have learned aggregation function, how to aggregate the data. Okay. So even we have learned how to order the data, how to sort the data based on particular columns. Okay. So those kind of stuffs we have covered till yesterday session. Some of the things are still left in DQL. So that thing will be learning. So I hope, I mean yeah, I can see if there is anyone joined for the new uh, over here, I mean new member over here. So if you are stuck in any point while learning SQL, what is DDL, DML, kindly ask me. If not, then we can quickly start up today's session. Okay, let me open our MySQL workbench for the hands-on part. Okay, it's open. So this is our database that we are working, data training. We have created employee table and worked on top of that one yesterday. Let me quickly show the thing once more time. Select star from employee. Okay, so its result is this: employee ID, employee first name, employee last name, experience, salary, department. So result should be coming in this manner. Okay. So you already checked it yesterday. We have, and based on the salary or based on experience, we have I mean, we have done some aggregation function and all. Uh, okay, let me start with today's session. What is subquery? Okay, so we learned about the aggregation function as well as the filtering, how to filter on based on I mean particular rows and all. Okay, so now what is the usefulness of subquery? How, I mean, why we use subquery and all? So suppose I received a requirement from, I mean, one of the head of the company. So who is the uh, maximum paid IT employee over here in this organization? Okay, maximum paid IT employee. So how to do that thing? Suppose we have, I mean, we should not have to check over here, because I cannot check the data from here. Rather, I have to do the thing in SQL side, because we can have thousands of records for a particular company. Okay, let me just do a query. How to do that query? I can go ahead with maximum function. Max salary. Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, max salary from employee where department equal IT. So I'm just going to, sorry. Yeah, I'm doing lots of printing mistake today. Okay, let me just run it. Yeah. So I just, whatever I have done, I'm just doing a maximum salary for IT department. Okay. But I'm not sure I am taking the result from here. I'm just doing copy and paste, but I'm not sure who is owning that salary. So for that, for this reason, I have to put another query, select star from employee where salary equal 8,000, as well as I have to also put the department, maybe uh, two persons having same department as IT or another department having the same salary. So I cannot use this query over here. We have to use another filter with department equal IT. Okay. So from this thing, I'm just getting what is the maximum salary for IT department. And again, I'm just executing another query with this maximum salary output. Who is receiving that one? Okay. So this should be the employee ID. This is the name of the person. Sujit Kumar is receiving maximum salary in IT department. But we are doing this thing by using two query. Okay, I'm getting output from this query, and again I'm executing the result. I'm taking the result from this and putting it over here and executing again. Let's do a subquery part. How to do that? If I just replace this 8,000 with this, just have to put in, and within bracket, I'm passing the entire thing. Okay, so the output should be passed over here as the input parameter. Select start from employee where salary in, it's coming from here, and it should be working this way. So if I just execute it, yeah, I'm receiving the same output, but I should not have to use this query again. Okay, this way I'm just executing only one query at a time, and this particular query is called subquery. I'm taking output from one particular data and using this one. The same way I just can do, just like select star from employee, I can put another one, select star from. I'm just taking the data from first one. I have to just alias something. Yeah. I'm just taking this thing as a data set, and on top of that, I'm putting another select star from this table. Okay. I can run in this way as well. It's similar. I can put some column name over here. That is also possible. Okay. So just this is the inner query or called subquery. And on top of that, we can use this thing as a resultant data set, which can be used as the input of another query. And by the similar way, we can do this thing. Okay. Hopefully that is understandable. If not, kindly ask me. Okay. So this is subquery. Moving ahead with another one. Okay. Create table from another table. This should not be included in DQL, but as we are learning in, we have already learned what is DDL and all. So this particular thing should be coming under DDL as well as DQL. So uh, the conventional way we learned in DDL that how to create a table with create statement, create table name with the column names and their data type and all. So if we already having a one table, we are already having one table called employee. I just want to create similar kind of table. Okay. Then how to do that? We can do create statement itself, create table employee. Okay, as select. Okay, employee, I have to create the new one. So suppose I'm putting employee underscore backup, it's a new table. Create table employee backup. Okay, as select star from, I'm using DQL over here, employee. Whatever I've done, create table, a new table name, whatever I want to create, and that should be created by this statement. Whatever data it's been received by this statement, it can be a similar kind of data set. The data structure as well as data set should be present for this backup table of employee. Okay, that has been successfully executed. If I just refresh it, yeah, we can see this is the new table, which is having the same column name as well as same data. Okay, let me show you once more time. Okay, so I'm just doing a top of that employee backup table I have done. Select star from employee backup, and it should be having this output. Okay, so we can create this kind of stuff. Even if there is a requirement that we have to create the thing without copying the data, we can use some Boolean filtering operation, just like where 1 equals 0. It's a, 1 equals 0. If we can put this kind of comparison, 1 equals 0, it's a Boolean expression. So it's a false. That means the data will not copy. Only the tabular structure should be copied. Just let me create another new table called employee backup underscore 1. And I'm just passing this select statement in this manner. Okay. Let me execute it. It has been successfully executed. Okay. I just select on top of data. You can see the tabular structure has been copied successfully with employee ID, employee first name, last name, experience, salary, department, but no data has been copied. So if we just do not pass any where clause, then all the table structure as well as table data should be copied into the new table. If we just put this filter, or if we just update this 0 to 1, it's same as the previous example. So by default, it should be 1 equal 1. That means true condition. If it's true condition, it will be copying the table as well as data. Okay. So that way it's a it's a very much, we can say it's for archival process or taking backup process. We can create one table from another table by using this kind of statement. Okay. Till now, any doubt from anyone? Nothing? Okay, fine. Let me check what is the next thing. Okay, set operator. I think we all know what is set operator, or we know the Venn diagram. We have learned set theory in our classes in schools as well as some engineering classes, engineering mathematics too. So uh, in set theory, whatever we have learned, it's union all, intersection, those kind of stuffs. Okay, the similar kind of thing we can do over here in our table, in our database. So suppose we have two different data, we can union between these two table. Okay, we can have intersection between these two table as well. So those are set operator. How to do that thing? Let me go ahead with some sample example. Okay, for that thing I need to create some extra table. Okay, let me just do select star from. Okay, for select star for employee, we have this table. Let me create by shortcut another table which should be having only IT employee. Okay, I'm just doing the same thing over here. I'm just doing a create statement. Create table as. Okay, it should be new table, that means underscore IT. I'm just giving the new table naming convention as employee underscore IT as select star from employee, just putting the filter where department equal IT. Okay, so I'm doing a filtering clause select star from employee where department equal IT, and based on that thing a new table is been created that is called employee underscore IT table. Okay, yeah, that has been created. Let me just print it. Yes, we have in employee IT table we should be only having these three rows for IT department. Okay, so in employee we have full sets of employee, and in employee IT table we should be only having these three records having only IT department. Okay, we have two different sets of record, but we need to careful while doing the set operation. We must have to, I mean, the two tables must be having the columns with same naming convention as well as the column number should be same between two tables. Otherwise, the operation would be failing. Okay. So if I just put union in between these two, so now we have only one single query. Select star from the first table, union select star from second table. If I just execute it, yeah, we can see those data has been union. But while doing union, it will check whether the second table's records those are duplicated. If we just append the records for the second tables to the first table, whether it's getting duplicated or not. Yeah, it obviously duplicated because those IT records are already present in employee table, and just I'm going to append the same thing by second table. So that's why it will be maintaining the distinct value and giving us the output. So that's why we did not get any extra record for IT. So there is another term called union all. Okay, let me show you union all. If we just print it, yeah, we can see the last three records, those are coming from employee IT. You can see IT till 201, those records are from the first table, and the last three records are coming from the second table. So we are merging the database or data set. Okay, we are merging the data set and union all. It's not removing the duplicates, rather it's merging all the data sets together. Okay, if I just go ahead with intersection, intersect. Okay, so intersect means if we learned already the Venn diagram with intersect, it should be picking up the common data set. Okay, so over here, the IT department, the value of these three records is common for both of the data set. Okay, that's why we have chosen these three records. I mean, it's from the database output. So the intersect results, has given us these three records as the output data set while doing the intersection operation. Okay. Any doubt from anyone till now? You have learned the set operator. If there is any, please ask me. Okay. Hope there is nothing.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, just now, while creating the table after as operator, you did not mention any brackets, right? So just in case, like whenever if you are using any, if you are referencing any table, then we don't need the brackets. That is my understanding, correct?
Okay. Yeah, if we just put any bracket, there will be no issue. Let me show you. I'm just creating another table. Okay. Create table. Suppose employee EMP backup 1, 2, 3. It's a new table. It's not existed over here. So you are telling you want to put a bracket over here. Correct?
Yes.
Is this your question?
Yeah. So I just wanted to know when to use brackets and when not to use brackets.
Yeah, as of now, in SQL, if we just segregate the thing for particular purpose, there should not be, it's a logical operation. If I just run it, it should be working. So, uh, it's a, end thing over here. Okay. If I do not use this thing as well, it should be working. If we use bracket, it should be working. If we use multiple brackets as well, just we need to check whether the brackets are closed properly. Okay, it should be also working. Okay, so as per your question, where to use bracket based on if we just returning one data set, okay, we can use bracket because this select start from employee, it's returning one data set. We can definitely, segregate this thing within a bracket. There'll be no issue. Okay, and
Yeah, got it.
and as this is the end string over here, select start from employee. So this thing can be working without putting a bracket as well. Okay, create table name as select start from this. This thing I'm declaring at the end of the statement. So it can be implemented as well without putting any bracket.
Yeah, yes, understood.
Okay. This thing as well, select start from employee. I can put bracket while doing the intersection operation. I can put the bracket as well. There'll be no issue. Okay. Union as well, union all those kind of stuffs we can use the bracket. Okay. Then the next topic is joins. It's a very much important topic. Joining between two data set. It's very much important. We are using this thing in SQL as well as the same thing can be repeated in Python. But the concept we will be learning over here. But the syntax should be different. The same thing we will be learning in Python as well as SQL. The syntax should be different. Definitely SQL is having a syntax. Python should be having different syntax. But what is the concept? To understand the concept, I have created a dummy data set in this Excel. So this is the demo thing. If there is any doubt from anyone, please ask me because this is very much important concept of join. Okay, and in relational database, this is one of the key factor. If you are just going for a interview and all, so they'll be definitely asking you about joins. Okay, so let's get started. Suppose we have two tables. One is employee detail, another one is employee designation. Okay, so the first table is having employee ID and employee age column, and the second table is having employee ID and employee designation. These two columns, and having this kind of records 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and the employee age of 1, 2, 3 is this, and the similar kind of we have employee ID 1, 2, 4, and their designation. Over here for join, we must have one or more than one common columns For these two data set, we can see employee ID is a common column. And one more thing, the common column naming convention can be same, can be different as well. Okay, but the data should be common. Over here might be that it's just like the employee ID. Over here, the naming convention can be a bit different. You can see it's emp ID, it's employee ID, but their data, the meaningful of the data, the meaning of the data is same over here. It's referring employee ID only. Okay. Okay. So now, if we want to join, we have the common column. And why we are doing join? To fetch the data from another data set. So I need to set relationship between employee age and employee designation. Okay, with employee ID as well. I can join between these two tables because we do not have designation from over here. Designation is only present over here. So based on this employee ID column, we can join these two tables and fetch this designation column. So if we are just going ahead with inner join, now there is inner join, outer join. In inner join, we have this inner join, and in outer join, there is left outer join, right outer join. What are the things? Let's quickly check it. Okay. So inner join, we can check the common records between two tables. Common records based on the common key. In this common key, this is the primary key as well. We have 1, 2, 3. This data over here in employee ID, we have 1, 2, 4. So the matching records are 1, 2. Okay. So based on this 1, 2, employee ID, employee age, we have the employee age. So I'm taking the employee age from here. So we have the inner join. While doing the inner join, 3 and 4, those are not matching. That's why I'm taking the common records. Then coming from the employee age over here, I can take 45 and 48. Okay. And the designation would be coming for 1 and 2. It's data scientist and senior manager for these two data set. Okay. So if we do not put any inner join, if we just put join, if anyone tells join, then that in default that should be inner join only. Okay. So inner join means the common records can be joined. Okay. So what is outer join? In outer join, that can be specifically called left join or right join. Okay. Or rather, we can also tell left outer join, right outer join. Anything we can tell. Okay. So this is the example of left join. So left join means one table I have to take it as a reference table, the left hand table. Okay. So this left table is my reference table. Over here, it's employee ID and employee age. I'm taking the entire data set. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Over here, this is the employee age. If we are just doing left join and declaring this one as a left table and this was as a right table, then while doing the left join, I have to pick all the records. I do not have to pick actually. The SQL, it will be picking all the records from the left table. And it will be checking for which are the data available for this employee ID. It will be checking here. It will be returning data scientist and senior manager. But it will be searching for employee ID 3. It will not get any records for employee ID 3 over here. That's why it will be passing null value for designation. Whatever records it will be not getting from the matching reference from right table, it will be passing null records. Okay. So while doing the right join, the same thing. While doing the right join, it will be taking this thing as a right table. Okay. And 1, 2, 4 is the employee ID from the right table. And in the left table, the employee age is not present for employee ID 4. So it's not getting the employee age for employee ID 4. It should be having only designation. Okay. Any doubt from anyone? Okay. And the last thing, there is cross join as well. So cross join, it will not be checking for any reference join actually. So just like uh, it will just, I mean, it will be crossed just like in algebraic cross or over there. There is just for one of each of the record. For each of the record, all the three records will be getting repeated. Suppose employee ID 1, employee ID 1, all the three things will be getting repeated. Okay, employee ID 2, all of the designation will be getting repeated. Same for employee ID 3 as well. Okay, hopefully the things are understandable. Cross join, I mean, it's we can use also in our company while doing the cross join, but it's very less we are using this thing based on the requirement. Generally, we can use, you can see the usage of this three. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead with the same thing with the syntax in SQL side, how it works. So I already created these two table, employee detail and employee designation, having the same kind of records. Let me show you. Okay. So it's the data is 1, 2, 3 over here. If I just print okay, so I have to enter the data for designation. Let me quickly insert it. Okay, there is no data. I have created the table. Maybe I have forgot to insert the data. So I'm just quickly inserting the data by the DML script. So whatever I can remember, one is having data scientist. Employee 2 is having senior manager, and employee 4. There was employee 4 analyst. Okay, let me quickly run it. Yeah, this has been successfully completed. Let me just execute the query. Okay, so the data is present with employee ID and designation in this table. So the similar kind of thing, we can check employee ID 1, 2, 4 over here, and in employee details we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the matching data is 1 and 2 in employee ID. Okay, so I'm joining between these two. How to join? Now, how to join? What is the syntax of joining? Okay, so I'm just taking this one. How to do that joining? Just check the syntax. I'm not putting star. I have to put the column over here, just putting some spaces over here. So select the first table I'm putting over here. The first table should be the left table as well, comma, or we can put join. Second table, this is left table and this is right table. Okay. So as I'm putting join, that means that is inner join by default. Okay. So if I'm just putting inner join or join, no need to check what is left table, what is right table, because it should be only picking up the common record. So just I'm checking with that one. Select star. Star means the column name I need to pass over here. I haven't passed it till now. The first table and second table I'm joining. This is the keyword join. Then on based on which column I need to join, that thing I need to put over here. I'm just doing ahead this thing in second line on. Okay, now I have to alias the table. Okay, in join, aliasing of the table is very much important because while defining the column name, okay, we need to declare the column name such a way that it should be table name dot column name, because employee ID is the common column over here. But which employee ID? I mean, it should be coming from the first table or second table. That thing we need to show. I mean, how to recognize that one? That one can be help us with using table dot particular table name dot column name. So that's why as the table name is a big one, this is a big one. That's why we can just alias it as A. I can put some space or as anything. So employee detail is now it's been identified as A. Join employee designation as B. Okay, these two table I'm going to join on which column? A dot employee ID. A is the first table. So instead of putting employee detail, I'm just putting A. A dot employee ID equal B dot employee ID. Okay. In the select clause, I'm just passing select employee ID A dot employee age. So I'm just doing employee age. Employee age is coming from the first table. Employee ID I'm also pulling from first table, and designation I'm pulling from second table. It's B dot designation. Okay, now the syntax is completed. Let me also pull the employee ID from the second table as well. Okay, I'm firing the query. Okay, so as we know that, okay, this is, let me just quickly alias the column. As there are two same employee ID, same column name, that's why it's returning same. So employee ID from the first table, that's why I'm putting employee ID underscore A. I can put some as keyword on anything. Alias can be done putting as keyword or putting some space. And over here, I'm just renaming the column as just for our understanding. Employee ID B. Let me fire the query again. Okay, so employee ID A 1 2, employee age is 45 48. This is I just pull it for the requirement just to check whether the joinings properly happen. So you can see the extra records from first table and second tables are got deleted while doing the join. Okay, let me just go ahead with inner join. Inner join is this similar kind. We can put inner as well over here. Whatever I'm just getting, whatever it's returning for join, it should be same as inner join. Okay, so inner join, if I'm not using inner keyword, it should be having same output. Left, I'm just going ahead with the left join now. Left join. Okay, if I just go ahead with left join, employee designation, and the same thing, this should be my left table and this should be my right table now. Okay, if I just execute this query, I can see as this is left table and I'm joining based on the employee ID, it should be picking up all the employee ID from the left table. Okay. And the right table, there is no matching record for employee ID 3. That's why this thing is null over here. Okay. Hopefully you got it. If I just update to right, you can see right table, this is the right table over here, and this is the main table for the reference. So for this reason, I can see 1 to 4 is coming over here, and based on this 2, it's joining. It's getting joined, and the common record, I mean, by taking this thing, it can check 4 is not present from the first data set. That's why it's coming as null over here. Okay. So this is understandable. What is left join? What is right join? Any doubt from anyone? If there is any, please ask me. Yeah, sir.
No, sir, no doubt.
Okay, fine. If we just go ahead with cross join, I can just directly update cross. While doing the cross join, we should not have to mention any condition. It can directly cross. For each one from the first record, there should be combination of the second records. Each one of the first record. Okay. So there is 3 records at the first table, 3 records at the second table. While doing the cross join, there should be 9 combination, 3 cross 3, 9. It's simply cross. So let me just, I just sorted it based on employee ID at A position. So with the employee ID 1, all the combination of 1, 2, 4, it's coming. Employee ID 2, all the combinations of 1, 2, 4 are coming. For 3, all the combinations of 1 to 4 are coming. Okay. So this is called cross join. It's simple crossing between 2 data sets. So we have learned 4 joins. Whatever we have learned over here, the same thing we can represent over here, but the syntax we need to remember a bit. There may be some complex join, maybe multiple tables we can join at a single go. We can put another join over here, join clause. So we need to check that thing later. I'll be giving some example at the end of the SQL classes. There should be multiple joins. Okay, we'll be learning that steps. So any doubt from anyone till now? I think we have covered almost. Yeah, join is the last topic for today. So any doubt from the entire classes for today? Okay, so I hope there is no doubt you have able to understand the thing. So tomorrow we'll be connecting again to learn the SQL thing. There are a few more topics left, especially the analytical function, Windows function. Okay, first of all, the inbuilt functions. Something we'll be working on top of date data type. Date data type we didn't touch yet, so that thing we'll be learning in tomorrow's session. And yeah, those are the topics. I'll be checking if there is any more thing to cover. Then we can cover this same thing in tomorrow's session. So tomorrow and the day after tomorrow should be SQL. The SQL topic should be ended. I'll be giving some example maybe tomorrow. The same thing can be covered in the last day of this week. Okay. After that, we'll be covering up with the next topic. Maybe it should be business intelligence and Python one by one. It should be started from next week onwards. Okay, then. Thanks, everyone. Let's connect tomorrow with more SQL insights and all.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye bye.